Hello guys, hope you're doing well. Today we are going to do a very simple problem in which the question is that we need to calculate the resultant of the two forces. We have been given two forces which are 600 pounds and 900 pounds, and we need to calculate the resultant of these forces, and he is also asking from us to calculate the theta between the x-axis and the line of action of the resultant. He is interested in the x-axis and the line of action, which means FR. Okay, so how we will proceed with this, and we have to solve this problem not through rectangular component methods but through the parallelogram law of forces. So let's start. We have this two 900 pound force, one 600 pound force. The angle between them is 40 degrees, and the 900 pound force is making an angle of 35 degrees with the x-axis. So when starting this problem, we have to basically formulate a parallelogram, as we have to calculate the angle by use of that. So this is 900 pound force, and we add this second force along this, which is 600 pound force. And since we have to calculate the other force, here will be again 600 pound force, and this force will be 900 pound force, and this is the parallelogram. And from the origin we can basically draw the resultant, and this is basically, as explained in the figure, is FR in figure B. Now we can see that the angle between the 600 pound force and the 900 pound force is given as 40 degrees, which we have over here. But since this is a parallelogram, the opposite sides of a parallelogram are same. So if this is going to be 40 degrees, then it tells us that this is also going to be 40 degrees. Now in order to calculate the angle of the resultant, which is alpha, we will use the formulation of interior angles of parallelogram is always 360, and since we have these two angles are congruent, 40 and 40, so we will write twice times 140 divided by 2, and after simplifying it we will get our alpha is equals to 140 degrees. Okay, so this is going to be our formula of alpha that we have calculated as 140 degrees, and we can put this 140 degrees over here and also over here. Okay, so once this is done, now what we can do is we need to calculate the resultant. So we will take out what is called as over here is out of this parallelogram a triangle, which 900 pound force, 600 pound force and alpha. When we take this triangle out in the figure C, this is 900 pound, 600 pound force, and this is our resultant. Again, this alpha is over here, and we know that the resultant FR is making an angle theta, which we do not know. And here we assume that the resultant is making an angle of 900 pound force with beta, which is this one. Alpha is calculated. We are going to be interested in calculating beta, but before that we must calculate FR. So if we know that since we know alpha is 140 and resultant is there, and we know 900 pound force, 600 pound force, we can very easily calculate it from the law of cosines. FR is equals to square root of 900 the whole square, 600 the whole square, minus twice into 900 into 600 into cos of 140. And remember that this angle is always going to be 140 coming here. Never write this 40 degrees over here. It will make your whole calculations wrong. So after calculation we get FR as 1413 pounds. Now we are interested in beta, and from since we have calculated FR, we have alpha, we only want beta, we have the magnitudes, we can go for the law of sines. So we can say sine 140, and the opposite angle is alpha, which is this is alpha is 140 and the opposite angle is FR. So we can write it as sine 140 over FR equals to, we want to calculate sine beta, and the opposite side is 600 pound force, so it is sine beta over 600. So we get our beta as 15.84 degrees. Now we know this is our beta and this is our theta. Okay, so but we also know that in order to calculate theta, they have given us this angle, which is 35 degrees. So if we add this 35 degrees and we add this beta, because you must know that the angle over here, uh, this angle is basically, if you look at it, this angle is how much? This angle is how much? This angle is 35 degrees. So this angle given is as 35 degrees. So we can basically use for the calculation of theta, we will say 35 degrees plus 15.84 degrees. So we get our theta as 15.84 degrees. I hope this would have understood your basic concept of solving two forces and calculating the resultant by use of parallelogram law of forces, and also calculating the angle of the resultant theta. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.